morning, everyone. So, yesterday we learned about how do we work with this. So, we learned about Angular components. We learned about Angular services, Angular forms, right? Angular pipes. Yesterday we learned. I will upload that pipes related notes today. Detailed examples, we can try them. So in Angular, one more important topic is how we can use Angular routing. Routing is nothing but actually the concept of routing is it configures navigation for a single page application. Routing configures navigation for single page application. Single page application means so user will stay on single page and can get access to everything onto the page. That is what actually single page application. So generally, when you are developing application in Java, .NET, web applications, what happens? User will navigate from one page to another. User navigates from one page to another. But here, everything comes on one page. That means our application is going to have only one startup page, index.html. Now you will have so many components like home, like login, like register, like this components will be there. Now what happens is user wants login, then this login will come inside this application. In previous, generally when you worked with Java, .NET or general web applications, you will have separate pages. Home HTML, login HTML, register HTML. What happens? When you click on home, it will navigate you from home page to index page to home. That is how generally navigation works actually. So usually what happens in your general web applications, I will show you one simple option. In general web applications, what happens is, suppose ordinary web application I am showing. So currently, suppose we have some page. Already we have some pages here. When you are having some page here, let's get this here. Here, suppose this is a home page. From here, we need to go to another page. Generally, what we do, we put a link. In this link, suppose there are so many other pages like some EMI. So here I have href emi.html, like this we give. Usually what happens now we are in the home page. When I click EMI, this will open in a separate page. I hope you learned in HTML how to open in separate tab. How to open in separate tab? We will use target as _blank. Then this link will open in separate tab. How to open in same window? How to open in same window without disturbing existing? That means I want to open here itself. In HTML, how do we do that? I am saying that without disturbing this. Without disturbing this, how you will open this page in the same window? For that, actually what you do is, we can use iframes. We use iframe. Iframe width is 100%. Iframe height is some 300, 400 pixel. And iframe, actually iframe means it looks like this. There is an iframe. Iframe, I will give style, border as none. We are not giving any border. Iframe is not there. Iframe will have a name as frame body, something. This link target, you might have learnt about underscore blank. You can use frame body now. You can give iframe name. Then what happens when you click, it will open there itself. That is generally in HTML. You might have learned about HTML iframes. That is the purpose of iframe in HTML. So you can embed anything like that. Suppose if I ask you how to put a YouTube video in HTML page, how to show a YouTube video in HTML page, we have to use iframe only. We have to use iframes only. Iframes are very common in HTML. But this is not good. Why not good every time? Because it's okay. It is not good every time because it is embedding. That means another page is embedded into current page. It should not embedding. It should be in such a way that will be a part of this page in a div or in a span. Directly it renders that. For that, actually we have to depend on separate jQuery Ajax. By using jQuery Ajax, we can do that. jQuery Ajax allows to design SPA, single page application environment. But now advantage is Angular uses routing. Angular uses routing to design single page application. Actual advantage is routing uses Ajax. Routing uses Ajax. What is the specialty? So new details are added into same page without reloading the page. That is what actually routing will do. That means earlier you have to design by using iframes and all navigations. Now you can design through a technique called routing. What is advantage of routing? User can stay on one place and get everything onto that. Let's see how to use this. For that, to implement routing, you have to first create a new project. With simple routing, we will create a new project. Let's see. So for example, first what you have to do is create a new project, new application. To create a new application, I will go here, open our Angular workspace. In this workspace, already we have one project. What is the project we are having? Shopping. We already have a project called shopping. That is one project we are having. We can add any number of projects. Let's add one more project. How? We have to open terminal. In the terminal, we have to run the command ng generate application and application name. Suppose application name I given as iShop something. You can give any name. Okay. So you can create another application now. ng generate application and the application name is iShop. That is the application we are creating. While creating application, it will ask you question. It is asking you the question here. You can see. It is asking here, would you like to add routing? In the beginning stage, we ignored it. Right now, we will say yes. We want to add routing. So the first question it will ask, would you like to add routing? So we have to say yes. So we will say yes, we will like to add routing. Next question we know, which CSS you want? CSS, we will select CSS. Now a project is created. This project is enabled with routing. Actually now what happens is your application is added with a new file. So that is app routing.module.ts. App routing module.ts. This is the file added. If you want to use routing in an existing project, you can add this file manually. Already I showed you now. We can add services manually. You can add components manually instead of using commands. But if you add manually, what you have to do? You have to import, you have to write the classes, everything manually you have to do. So simply while creating application, you can create this routing. Okay, finish. Now, once the application is created, successful, now we have this project. We have two projects now. One is shopping project, another one iShop. iShop is recently created project. Now in this project, design some screens that you want. Design the screens that you want. You can create all the screens. For example, you take any website sample. Suppose I will show you Get Bootstrap. Get Bootstrap. This is Get Bootstrap. Themes. You see here some website sample themes are present. If you are good in your HTML Bootstrap, you can design such screens. Okay. So you can build such screens actually. I will take one template. For example, I will take like this. View preview. This is the website preview. This is website design actually. This is website design. Now, usually what we want is like this. You can design a complete screen with your Bootstrap knowledge. You can do that. Suppose I want to create such navigations like home, catalog, shop. So this is very lengthy. So much is there here. Usually if you want to design such things, for example, see, we will create one component now. I will open a component here, shopping iShop. What we will do is go to SRC in that app. So here we will add some components. See what are the options it is having. Home, it is having catalog, shop, pages, blog, docs, like this. So I will do one thing. Here we will create a component, open in terminal, ng generate component home. Okay, skip this. Okay, home is one component. Home is one component. Another one is, I will make another component. Suppose shop index. Shop index is another component. Shop index is one component. Okay, we have shop index component. We have shop index home. Another is Suppose catalog. Catalog is another component. Like this, we can design catalog, some shop. Another option is shop. Shop like this. We are adding such components here. You design them, right? So some suppose ng generate component. Suppose we have other categories like kids. Okay, kids is one category. So another category we have like men's and women's. Like here we have men's is another category. Like that, you add all what you want in a project, right? So that is women. Okay, these are all things we added. Now, what we want is, we want to start with shop index. Then you have to go to app module. Which component to start with? We have to set that in Bootstrap. We have to start with which one? Shop index. Shop index. Bootstrap with shop index. Yeah. Shop index component. We have to start with that. Is it imported? Yeah. Shop index component. Fine. It is there. Now in index.html, we have to change this shop index. So we will start with shop index. Okay. And we want to use Bootstrap CSS. Then we have to go to styles.css and import. How to use Bootstrap, I told you. You have to import in this // node modules, Bootstrap dist CSS, bootstrap.css. One more I have to import // so // node modules, bootstrap icons, font icons.css. Okay. Now we will run this project. So ng serve project is equal to this time iShop. That is the project name. We created a new project, iShop. Now let's design here. Go to iShop index, that is the startup one. Here we are running a container div, class as container fluid. Okay, in this we are designing a header. In this header we will keep a div. In this div we will put this title. What is the title? Shopper. I will give title. I will put a span. I will say shopper. Shopper. Okay, this is having a class called brand, something like this. Another div. In this div I will keep these options. As of now I will put an empty link. Okay, what are the options? Home. Another option is catalog. So another option is some shop. I have another option like kids. So here men's, like women, like this I am giving. Okay, another container we are having. There we will put a span. And here we put a class bi search. Just icons I am using. Another span class bi some heart like this. Some span. What else they have? Some class bi person. So what else we have? Span class bi cart. Like this we design. Now we will open this local host 4200. These options are here. Those options are here. So we will keep this in a better way. So we can go to the option here, header. I will go to its CSS file. Wherever header is there, display as flex. Display flex will give this display like this, side by side. After that, I will give here justify content between. Justify content space between. We can put the content like this. One left, one center, another right. Another option, we have a brand. Brand is font size as suppose 25 pixel. Font weight as bold. Okay. And you see it will be like this, shopper. And after that we have another one. This is a class I will give as class I will give as now. Class I will give as now, right? So now menu like this, like I will put here a dot as now menu. In this now menu, whatever anchors are there, those anchors will have margin left, margin right I will give as some 20 pixel, and the font size as suppose some 20 pixel. It will be in this way. We have some spaces around that. Similarly, right side we have these buttons. This I will give as class as now icons. Okay. Here I am writing the class now icons. Wherever they are there. So a span is there. Na? Margin right I will give as 10 pixel. That means some space will come between them. That will be enough. This is the design, and wherever header is there, background color as black. So color as white, padding as some 5 pixels, and you can see it will give like this. So I am just giving another margin top as 10 pixels, then it will be little down. This is the page we have. Now what we have designed already, we have designed home, catalog, shops, kids, components. Na? When user clicks on them, that content should come below. That content should come below, right? So whatever it is present, you can have carousels, banners, anything. For example, temporarily, I will do one more extra work here. Go to this assets. So where to keep images, we have to keep in assets. And in this assets, I will keep here some images. In my computer, I have some images. Assets, images, I will copy some slide. Okay. Yeah. This is some slide 3 I am having. It is a PNG file. What I will do is here below this header, we will put a div, and we will put an image source is equal to assets / slide 3.png. I am using an image here with 100%. So that is option I given here, then you will get that image below. I am just using some margin top, class margin top 2. So little gap. 1, okay, little gap, that is enough. That is option here. Below this banner, I want to display the content. Whatever topics, user selects home, catalog or something, those details must come below. So we need to design the content and show the content below. then what we have to do? So we need to create a navigation in such a way that user will stay here only and everything comes onto this page. That is a single page application. In your general HTML, what you do? You navigate from one page to another. You open in a separate tab. But here, all those pages should come in this screen itself. Right? Now you have to design your screens. Catalog screen, shop screen, kids, men's, women. You have to design those screens. Okay. Temporarily, what I will do? Temporarily here, we will put the screens now. Let's go. You have to design the screens. Home screen. In home screen, what you want? You have to display what you want in your home screen. Temporarily, I will just put a heading. Simply that shopping home. Okay. And I will keep class text center, something that is. Just I am giving that shopping home. Now another screen here. We have kids, we have men's, we have shop like that. And if I go to shop, in the shop, we have to use all the products from APIs anywhere you can design. We learnt already service. We created one service. We created one service. You can inject that service in this project also. Where we created that service in another project we created. You see how to inject. Here I am creating a public and the property is the property products. It is any type array and I will get array. Here you can write fetch logic of instead of doing it, we can create a private data. It is of what type? API data service. Which one? Let's go to our previous project is shopping. In shopping project app services, we created a service called fake store API service. That fake store API service have get categories and get products. This service you can inject here. What is it? Here I will put fake store. It is of what type? Fake store API service. Fake store API service. But it is not present here. Where it is present? I have to import. Import from which location? From // shopping. In shopping SRC, in SRC app, in that services. From services we have, in that services we have this fake store service. From that services, what we are doing? We are importing here fake store. We are importing fake store service. Fake store service we are importing and configuring here. But very important is you can see, so this is the service here. It is not available here. Why? Because you remembered I told you 3 providers. One is platform as provider, another one root as provider, another one child. If it is root is provider, then it will be accessible only in that location. If root is not the provider, then it is accessible everywhere. We have to change that to platform we can use. These all we can try. So with all the real-time data, or just you can use simple fetch method and display the data. As of now, I will not take time in using all those services again here. Just we will design only screen. Data you do, right? Data and presentation you do. Just only screen I will give. So temporarily what I will do is for screen, I am not giving much here. Just I will use a fetch and HTTP fake store API.com / what products in that. So products is enough. Then response.json and one more. Then we have data and we will assign to this dot products, and this dot products is equal to data. What is it? This dot products is equal to data. Data is array only now. What is problem? What is the problem? Assignable. What is here? JSON is a method. That is the problem. Okay. Now we have to get the data and display in the products. We need to present these products. Temporarily, what I will do? I will go to HTML, and here I will design simple cards. Div class as dflex. We have flex wrap, and I will design a simple div that is class as card, and padding 2, margin 2, and style. So width is equal to some 200 pixel. Fine. I will just give an image and src, and this card should repeat. I will use ng for let item of what products. This all design you can do by yourself. Class is card image top. I will give height as 140 pixel, 140. That. And below that we will have a div and a heading paragraph. I will put here item dot title, and I will keep this as so class as card header. Okay, and style height as suppose 160 pixel. Fine. Now like this you design all the pages. Kids, men's. In men's you get only men's products. In women you get only women product, like that. As of now I am designing two. One is home, another one is shop. Now we need to design navigation for all of them. How to design navigation? Simply what you have to do is go to the file app routing module.ts. App routing module.ts. This is where you will tell what are the components you have and how to access that component. That you have to tell in routing module. In routing module, it is asking routes. Routes is nothing but it is a collection of objects. Every route will have path. Path means how user will request. How user will request path. Path is user will request like home. When user requests home, what should happen? Which component we have to deliver? We have to give component. Which component we have to deliver? Home component. That we have to give here. That's it. Like that you have to write all the paths. What is another path? Another path is we have shop. Another path is shop. Which component to deliver? We have to deliver shop component. Shop component will come. That means when user requests home, home component will come. When user requests shop, shop component will come. Similarly, what else we have? Catalog, kids, men's, women. For everything you need to design. What you have to do? Path. If it is catalog, which component to come? Catalog component will come. Like that you have to add for everything. Path. Another path is men's or say kids. So which component to come? Kids component to come. Like this we have to design. All you have to create. I just created only few. Okay. Now routes are ready. That means it is indicating that when you request this, I will bring this. That is the route, path and component. If user is not requesting anything, then we will write like this. Question mark, path is empty. That means if user is not requesting anything specific, then which component to get. So which component to get? If user is not requesting anything, by default get the component called, we will get the component called home. We can do like this. If user is not requesting anything, by default which component we can get? Home. That's what. And if you have another option, we have path, we can write double asterisk. It indicates that if user is requesting something and it is not available. That means user requested something, it is not there in our website. Then what to do? We will have to send a message not found. That means you can put a component called not found and we can send a message that the page you requested not found. For that we have to create a component. So we have to create one component. I will add one component here. So ng generate component, not found component I will create. Skip this. I am creating a not found component. This is not found component, and which component to get? Not found component. You have to get not found. These are all the components designed. Remember, you have to design all the interface. We haven't designed all interface. We kept only few things, right? Okay. Now it is ready. Your routes are ready. Where to configure the routes? All the routes are configured in which file? App routing module.ts. Okay. Now let's go to your index page. You go to this index page. Let's go to the index page. Shopping index.html. Okay. In this index page, where you want that information to display? Home, catalog, shopping, where you want that information to display? Below this banner. That means below this banner, I want to display. So where you want to display the routing result, we call it as route outlet. We have to put in route outlet. Outlet indicates the location where the result will be there. Just now I showed you iframe, same like that. Generally in HTML you will put a iframe. Here we will put an outlet. We will put an outlet. And when and what information should display in this outlet? That is decided by these links. When user clicks on this time, then generally we use what? href. But this time it have to use a route link. Route link indicates path name. What is the path name? Home. So now this route link, what is the path name? Catalog. This is the route link. Route link. What is the path name? Shop. Make sure that these are configured in routing module. Understood? If anything you configured which is not in routing module, it will show error. Make sure that you have used these only. Okay. And another one. What is it? Kids. So what is it? Route link. Route link is kids. For men's and women, we haven't created anything. Leave it like that. And once you configure this, you can see that these are the links now. Link color is changed, right? Link color is changed. You can change them. Colors of links and all depending on your requirement. I hope you learned CSS now. In CSS, you can how to change link colors. You can put anchor color is equal to white. But actually when bootstrap will be there, how to remove underline you have learned. Text decoration, you have to set it to none. That means they will not have underline. That's depending on your requirement, right? Now you see by default, home is coming. Am I right? I am not requesting anything. Then you already mentioned that. In app routing, what you mentioned, if user is not requesting, which component will come? Home. It is coming. By default, home component is coming. Interestingly, click on shop then it has to get that shopping component and display. All this is there. I click on here kids, then it says kids works. I click on men's, the men's not there, na? Home and catalog and home, everything is coming here. Now user stays on only one page and gets access to everything onto that page. We haven't designed links for others, you have to create. You have to keep reasonable content. When I click men's details will come. Women detail will come. That means now this is a single page application environment. That means user stays on only one page, can get everything onto this page. That depends on how you design your interface. Only two things. First, you have to mention, you have to configure the routes. Where to configure the routes? In a file called app routing module. Already there is a routes collection. In that you have to define path and you have to define component. Suppose others also there. Suppose kids component, others also same. You define a path. We say men and which component. So men's component have to be delivered. Similarly, we have another path. What is it? So women and which component to come. So women's component to come. We have to put all this. And we need to design reasonable data there. Right? So that means you go here. Let's go to this shopping shop. TS is there. Na? I will copy this logic. And go to kids. Kids is not there here in our fake store. Go to men's. In men's TS file, what we will do? In the men's TS file, we will create here public. What we will do? Same products. What type? Array type. And here we will use products slash category slash, what is it? Men's clothing. Men's clothing. That is the category name, right? We are using that category name, men's clothing. Then it should get only men's related products. And the interface is same. Shop related TS file is there, na? HTML, cards. The same interface I will keep in men's also. Same products. Now what you have to do? You have to go to your routing module. So app index page. Yeah. Here we need to put links. One link for router link for what? Men. What is the name I given? Same name I have to use. What is the name in routing module? What I given? Men. Here also in index you have to give the same men. Right now you can see the men's. I click on that. The men's products related information will come. I selected shop, all information will come. Right? So catalog coming, home is coming, men's is coming. Similarly, you design others. For women, only women details will come. This is the perfect single page application. That means user will stay at one place and gets access to everything onto this. That completely depends on your design. It is a simple approach. How do we create a complete interface for navigation? We call this mechanism as what? Routing. So, and very important, observe here, at the top, user can request directly anything from the top. User can request anything directly from the top. That means here you can request suppose men, enter, directly the men details will come. You can request directly from URL. Suppose here I am requesting shop, then directly that shop will come. All details will load. Suppose you are requesting, suppose woman, and it should get woman works. Suppose you are requesting, suppose like mobiles, there is no mobiles, then not phone. Already we designed, in that we haven't kept proper message. You put proper message. What is that proper message? You have to say that page you requested, not phone. In that HTML, you keep that message. This is very important in working with navigations. This is what actually the main aim of single page application. That means user have index.html. All components comes to that index.html. This is a technique of how we can design an application, right? This in the routing module, what you have to do, we have to add all this logic. I will copy this. Means automatically all files are imported. Am I right? All files are imported. Component files are imported. You have to create the routes. You need to configure the routes. Actually, you have another point. That means one more we have to design, the main one. What we have to do next point, add components. What are the components? We added so many, na? ng generate component. One is what? Home. Another ng generate component kids. ng generate component men. ng generate component women. ng generate component. So another one is shop. So these components we design, catalog. And one more is ng generate component shop index. We have shop index. We have ng generate component not found also. How many content you want? Those number of things you have to design, right? You have to configure. So we are creating the components and defining the components. Once you added these components, you have to design this page. This is important for us. What is that? We have a shop index.html. That is important for us because this is the main page. In this page, it will have link. Link is defined as what? Router link. No href. We use router link. We have to mention the path. Right? That is only the point you will see. And one more, where the result should display. That you have to define by using router outlet. Router outlet indicates where to display the result. This already we designed. So this is shopping index HTML. I copy this. That is how we do. This is one important thing we have to do. And outlet indicates where to display. Below the banner, I want to display. Your wish, you can display anywhere. Where you keep this outlet, result will come there. That's what we have to do, right? This is how we can configure the router outlets and use them, right? This is one important about how routing works. Means how to design a perfect single page application. In this, few more important points you should know, like another regularly asked question here is, while designing the routes, we have to know about how to navigate to any path. How to navigate to any path on specific event. That is also one question actually. Specific event means like click, like change, etc. like that events. Generally, what happens in websites is we don't put links. So this is one question actually. We don't put links. Generally what we do, we will give a login screen. If user ID password correctly entered, From login, he will go to home. Am I right? If not, then he will go to some error page. Error page. For example, see now. This kind of logic is very common. So we will generate components. ng generate component login. Okay. One login component I am designing. Okay. Another, I will design a component called, login error. Login and login error. Okay. Two components are there. On login success, it should go to shop, right? Suppose, see now what we are doing. We have to write path for this. Login error also must be in route. Whatever you are going to use in routing, they must be written in routing module. In routing module, you have to add those components also. That means here we have to put, what is it? Path. What is the path? One is login. Component. Which component? Login component. So that is one. Okay. Next path. Another path is login error. So what is the component? Component is login error. That is the component. Everything that you want to use in routing, you have to mention in this path. Now let's go design the login screen. I will create login screen. Login.html. In login screen, what I will do is, here I will just put, so a data list, data term. So here I will put an option, heading user login. Okay. And it is user ID, and data definition input type is equal to text. Okay. And another one, data term, password, and data definition input type is equal to password. Now we have a button. So button is login. Just we design like this, class BTN, dark, like this we design. Now what should happen is, I want to show this login page when user clicks here. Understood? When user clicks there, I want login. Then what I will do? I will go to shopping index. In the shopping index, this is person. This person, I will keep it as a link. Understood? And it should use what? Router link. Router link, it should go to which path? Login. Now you see, when user clicks on that, it will get the login screen and show. We are accessing that login screen and display. Right? So that means it will get the login screen here. So this is home, and I click on that, it will get the login screen. Now user will enter user ID, password. After that, he will click login. If user ID, password are according to our requirement, then we will navigate to shop. Otherwise, we will navigate to error. So what we will do in error? There is a login error. We have login error. In login error, we will put a simple message saying that invalid user name or password, and we will put an anchor. We will say try again. This should take router link again to login. No pages here, only components. That means it should navigate to again which component? Login component. Okay. That's what we have to do. Now, the question is, when user clicks login, we have to send these details. How to send these details? We learned forms concept now. So better what we will do, we will keep this. We keep this in a form. Okay, for this we will keep, you can use any type of form. This is FRM login is equal to ng form. But you know that to use ng form, you have to import in app module. Which module you have to import? Forms module you have to import. You know this. Because this is another project, right? We are creating another project. So go to login page. Where is it? Yeah, this is the login page. Now here ng form and all these you know. What is it? Name is user ID. So ng model hash user ID is equal to ng model. Here again name is equal to password ng model hash password is equal to ng model. And on button click we have to submit the form. We will write an event called submit. What it will do is login click. Okay, into that we will send frm login dot value. That means all the details will be passed. We have to write that login click. Okay, that means we will write a method called login click. This login click method is expecting data user details. Am I right? It is what type? Any. Now what we have to do? We have to write a logic. If user details dot user ID. User ID contains that user details. User ID is matching with whatever user ID you entered. Whatever you want. For example, I am matching with John. And I am writing user details dot password. Dot password is matching with some John at the net 11. If user ID and these are matching, what should happen? If not matching, what should happen? Generally in HTML, if it is matching, we will navigate to another page. In HTML, how to dynamically navigate? In HTML JavaScript, how to dynamically navigate? To dynamically navigate, you have to use JavaScript location href. In JavaScript, location href, you will write which page name to navigate. But in Angular, in order to dynamically navigate to any location, that means if username is matching, user ID, password are matching, it should navigate to a path. What is that path? Shop. That is the path. So to navigate to any path, we have to import a service called private. We have to import a service called router. We have a router service. You have to import this router service from Angular router library. It will import this router service. You see this dot router have a navigate method. You have to tell where to navigate. Where to navigate? Shop. That is the path name. That's it. We cannot use other techniques here because this is routing. In JavaScript, we use location.href. If it is not matching where to path, this dot router dot navigate. Navigate to which path? You have to define. Navigate to which path? Login error. That is the path to navigate. Now user have to enter the details, right? This is home. After that login user details, user will enter. Suppose it is John, password is something wrong. I click on this login, then it should get invalid username and password. It will navigate. Now I click try again, then login should come again. That means you should use actually, where is try again? In error component. Yeah, here you have to use /login. Because if you directly use login, it will add this login to existing path. It should not add to existing path. It should clean the path and add a new path. That is why /. Okay, now it is okay. You see try again. When I click try again login will come. Now I entered user and password is john@11. Login, it has to get to shop. That means if username and password is matching, it will open the shop. If not matching, then it will take us to the error page. So that is dynamically navigating is a important thing. For that you have to use router.navigate. Router.navigate. That means you entered some name, some wrong password, it will go invalid. And you entered the name and the correct password @11, it will get to the shop. This is very important in designing such navigations, right? So the question, how to navigate to any path on specific event. For that, what you have to do is by using router service. By using router service. How do we use that router service in constructor? We have to import private, what is it? Router. So it is of what type? Router type. Actually, this is present in which location? Import. What we have to import? Router. Router from which location? @Angular/router. From Angular router we will import. Then what we do on any click? That means suppose there is a button click. On button click, how to navigate? This dot router dot navigate, and here we have to mention the path as an string array. The path is some your path name, any path name you can give, not component name. You have to give the path name. What is the path name for that component? You have to use that path name. That is navigating to that particular route and configuring the route, right? This is very important in navigations. That means we want lot of actions, navigations to happen when user clicks or user selects some option. You see some websites, they will ask you what is your city. When you select your city, that city related content will be loaded. That means we have different city pages. According to which city user selected, that city page will be loaded. When it will load, when user is changing the city from drop down, right? That means it is not like every time link click only navigates. Only link click will not navigate. Drop down selection also navigates. Button clicks also navigates dynamically. Actually, this you have to do in JavaScript. Generally in JavaScript, on button click, what we do is we use a JavaScript location object. Location href is equal to page.html. Like this we use. That means what it will do, it will navigate to that particular page. That is in JavaScript. Here we have to use routing. This makes a perfect single page application environment. That means now from begin to end, user will be on only one page. There is no navigation from another page. Interestingly observe why I said it is Ajax. You see this refresh button. Observe that button. When I click home, you can see home page came without loading the page. Page not loaded. Have you observed this refresh button? Observe that refresh button. I click on shop. Without loading the page, shop comes. That means internally it is using Ajax. Earlier in JavaScript jQuery, we have to manually write Ajax. But it is implicitly using Ajax. By using that, it is going to handle this, right? This is how we design a perfect single page application. This entire project I will upload into Classroom. Entire project. The zip file I will upload. You can extract and you can practice that. But design everything, you must be good in your HTML thing. I just created a sample template like Bootstrap websites. Bootstrap have given some website sample templates. I used that here. Right? You can design in any way you want. Here the main concept, how we can keep the user on only one page. That means if anybody asks, single page application means only one page will be there? No, single page application is not about how many pages are there. It is about how you are accessing. It is not about how many pages are there. Here also we have a lot of HTML pages. Now every component have a HTML file. Single page environment is not about how you design. It is about how you access, how you make it access. That means keep user on one place and give everything onto that page. That is single page application, right? This is the complete routing technique, how it works. And you have to do this, right? In your applications, you have to learn this. Now what your Java.NET technology will teach you is how to link that with your server side. That means in Java.NET you have to learn APIs, web services you have to learn, and those people will teach you how to link so that you can insert in database, how you can insert with server side technologies. That is not part of Angular. Angular is making you aware of building a interface. Angular with database and server side technologies, your technology have to teach you, right? Angular will not teach that. Already Angular showed you how to work with APIs. Your technology have to teach you how to create those APIs. Java.NET have to teach you those APIs. Then you can communicate with them and interact with them, right? So this is one important. One more topic here is, I will show one more option. You learned GitHub pages. You know GitHub, that means you learned how to create your own portfolios or how to publish online. No, it's okay. I will give one overview, right? I will give one overview of how to make our websites live. That means you design this. Now, can you access this what I designed? You cannot access this what I designed unless I make it public. So I will show you how we can make public. That means we can make it public so that you can publish this, so that anybody can have that sample URL and he can watch what you design. Online we can do that. For that, you need cloud integrations. You need to learn how to integrate with the cloud. Actually, so many clouds are there. Like we have Firebase, we have AWS, we have Azure. These are all various cloud. We have GitHub pages. Anyone you know, you can handle others also. But you have to learn those cloud technologies. Now, I will show you one overview of how to deploy on cloud environment, right? With that, we can complete all this concept, right? Actually, this is not complete Angular batch. Already I told you, and you are informed already, that this is only Angular for full stack developers in Java and .NET for our course. That means our institute course is having a NASCOM concept, and people who joined Java full stack and .NET full stack, only for those people this course is. And for them we have NASCOM syllabus related some topics. According to those topics only we discussed here. Only those topics we are delivering here. That is what your course is. This is not complete Angular course. Complete Angular course, 60 days it will happen. Right? This is the course designed only for full stack developers to know front end. Because their main concentration will be Java and .NET. To know front end, we have designed this. And that is what actually all people are confused. Right? This is not complete Angular. This is only the syllabus given for NASCOM. As per the NASCOM government syllabus, we are delivering this. Only those topics. That is the reason your concepts contains only these topics. Components, services, forms, validations, and routing. And pipes. These are all the topics of Angular that we deliver here. One more extra, I will show you how we can deploy on cloud environment. Extra, how we can deploy on cloud environment, right? So with this, we complete this concept. This is not Angular. This is only for full stack Angular, right? Separate Angular, so many things will be there. Separate Angular, so much is there. It takes at least 2 months of time, right? This, because as many people are asking, so this is not complete Angular. It is scheduled only for 3 weeks. Only for 3 weeks. 1 week TypeScript and 2 weeks of Angular. But we spend little more time in understanding others also, right? So we finish all the concept. One more is there, online, how to deploy on cloud. That we will see in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we will have a session. But tomorrow's session will be only online session, right? Online, I will post the link. You can join that link. And in tomorrow's session, only online, same time, I will explain some deployments, how we can publish our websites live, which you can try with your other technologies also, Java, .NET, other websites also, how to publish them. Cloud integration, we will discuss that. With that, we finish all the concept. Okay, so that will be in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow same time, online session will be there. I will give you the link before the class starts. You can join. With that, we can complete all the topic. And if you have any doubts, you can post on the classroom. We will get back to you and we will conduct some doubt sessions. In that, you can attend and you can clarify your doubts if you are having. Okay, na? Right? Tomorrow we will continue then, right? Online tomorrow we will have that deployment session, right?